Yeah, welcome back. A tough day for the markets this morning, but nothing too alarming. The Nifty, yes, down about 100 odd points, 0.5% to go. If you're looking at what's hurting the most, is definitely the bank Nifty, which is down close to 1%. And if you look at all the sectoral indices, it would be led by banks, especially PSU banks, which are seeing a pain point this morning. In specific pockets, fertilizer stocks getting a beating, fact down 7.5% now, RCF, that entire pack doing badly. So are banks like Ujjivan, Small Finance Bank, and RBL in pain this morning. But one sector which is definitely bucking that trend to some extent are rail stocks. And we're talking now with Vivkek Lohia. He's Managing Director at Jupiter Wagons, who's joining us on the show. Mr. Lohia, a very, very good morning to you. Great to have you on. Now, recently, you were on the news for, Vande Bharat order and these new kinds of batteries that you will be making for the Vande Bharat. Can you give us more details on that? Let's start with that.
Yeah, good morning. This is part of a broader plan. As you are aware that we are going to be launching an electric vehicle shortly in a couple of months' time. And as a backward integration, we are now focusing on the manufacturing our own lithium-ion batteries. So we are a very integral player in the railway sector, and we saw a great opportunity there because railway is a sizable buyer of batteries. They have been buying mainly traditional batteries, which are lead acid batteries, which are not environmentally friendly and have the replacement cycles are very small and they are much heavier. So we wanted to bring in to a newer technology, and we have been now working with railways for the last 2 years, doing the necessary field trials and testings. So this is basically a culmination of that, where now recently we have been approved to supply the batteries for the Vande Bharat. And parallelly, our trials have been successful on the passenger coaches itself. So that also shortly we are expecting trial orders from Indian Railways.
Okay, so interesting stuff. Let's get into a bit of detail. And now tell me a bit about these LFP batteries for which you've gotten approval. This comes from the RDSO, that's the Research Designs and Standard Organization. Why is this different, this technology, lithium iron phosphate? And is it also more cost efficient? Can you give us a little more on this?
Definitely, it is in the long run, it is more cost efficient. One is that definitely so the traditional batteries are basically these are intelligent batteries. So this when the battery itself also can do a lot of diagnosis. So we know in case any of the electrical systems on the trains are not functioning, so the battery can give feedback on the same. Secondly, they are much easier to maintain. The maintenance cycles are so they don't have to be replaced regularly. Third, and the most important, over the long run, it is much more. It's about 30 to 40% more cost efficient than the traditional batteries.
In terms of clear orders for these LFP batteries, are those in place? Can you give us details there?
So we have orders from Siemens, and we are also working with other players. So as and when new orders for Vande Bharat coaches are going to be placed. So with say for example with BHEL. They have a sizable order for Vande Bharat. We are expecting an order book from them. We are working with similarly with other players. So it's a sizable market.
BHEL and Siemens both, sir. What is the size of the order right now?
So Siemens right now we have got a trial order for about I think for about 30 coaches roughly. I don't know exact number for them, and they expect in the short term itself, we expect orders for at least between Siemens and other players for at least 50 to 100 additional Vande Bharat coaches. Plus, I think for us, another big opportunity is the traditional passenger coaches, As you know, the population of that is more than about 50-60,000 coaches. So there we expect a huge opportunity. As I mentioned, our trials are over. We expect the developmental order shortly. I think once we are able to execute that, that market is going to open up. Parallelly, we are also working on locomotives with Indian Railways. So there itself, right now as auxiliary power, they're using generator sets, which are again not environmentally sustainable. So we want to replace them with again lithium-ion battery packs. So there itself. So overall, I think it'll see this is a new technology which is being introduced. So it'll take a little bit more time, but we have done the hard work. I think in the next 1 or 2 years, we will see a huge opportunity in this sector.
Is there a number, Mr. Lohia, for FY25 and what the order book could be valued at for these new batteries in FY25? Is there a number there?
Again, very difficult to give numbers, but we don't. But it's going to be, as I mentioned, in the next 2 to 3 years, we expect this market for lithium-ion batteries in the railway sector, in particular, to be around 1,000 crores to be the overall market size. So, and in that market, we are definitely going to play a very, very strong role in that.
Market share you targeting, Vivek, there? Good morning, Neeraj here.
Yeah, good morning, Neeraj. We are targeting a sizable market share. We have the advantage is that we have the first lead in the segment. And as you're aware that we are also, working with railways and the other sectors and in the coaching and in the other products. So, there's a opportunity for us in terms of integration. So definitely we want to be the market leaders in that segment. That is our target.
But any choice, I mean, relative to your overall revenues, not that large, but did I hear you say that you want to launch EVs as well?
Yeah, so our commercial EV, we are launching a 1-ton 4-wheel truck, which has already got the ARI certification. It is being launched with more than 80% localization. So we are also eligible for FAME subsidy on that. And we expect between August to September for the rollout of the trucks to happen.
And what kind of revenue targets, assuming that everything goes as per plan, what do you anticipate FY26 revenue targets to be like from that, maybe?
So we are expecting to at least sell anything between 1,000 to 2,000 vehicles annually in that segment. After the 1-ton truck, we are going to be within the next year. We are going to be launching the 2-ton as well as the 3-ton payload. Okay. So our focus is on the last mile connectivity.
Got it.
And I think with this, and there's again, as you're aware that this is the segment which has got real potential in it.
Most certainly. So what does it, I mean, let's say combined volumes of 1,000 to 2,000 trucks, what does it make a revenue size like for just from the EV side? Let's say annually.
So it'll be beyond, annually it'll be beyond 200 to 300 crores of revenue.
Okay, so EV plans add about 500 plus 300, let's say 800 crores of revenue, let's say in FY27 if all goes as per plan. And what are the organic revenue growth size? Because you've grown quite admirably, but now the base is higher, right? From 1,000 crores in 21 to 3,700 crores, you've grown very well. What do you do from here?
So again, there are a lot of opportunities. We have invested heavily we have recently acquired a railway wheel plant of Bonatrans. It's one of the biggest manufacturers of wheel sets in Europe. We have acquired that plant very recently, and we are doing sizable capex there. In the next 2 years, we expect to do more than 1,500 crores of capex, where the plant will be fully integrated. And the revenues, I think, from FY27, it'll be close to about 3,000 to 4,000 crores of incremental revenues we are expecting from that. We plan to manufacture about 100,000 wheel sets from that plant. This year itself, we are targeting a revenue of close to about 300 to 400 crores from that business. And as you're aware that Tata Wagon being again promoters in Jupiter, and they are again the biggest manufacturers of freight cars in Europe. So their requirements are close to about they require close to about 50,000 wheel sets themselves. So again, there's a huge export opportunity where the first time from a net importer, India is going to start exporting wheel sets, and that too also in the European market. So definitely, that is one opportunity which we are very, very focused on.
What is going to be the size of that export book for you as a proportion of revenue going forward, Vivek?
So we expect at least 40% of the overall revenues from that business. As I've told you, it will be anything between 3,000 to 4,000 crores of revenues. And it will take us about 2 years to get that full backward integration piece in place.
Yeah.
So we expect at least 40% of the revenues to be exports.
All right, exciting times ahead for Jupiter Wagons. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Vivkek Lohia there talking about the company's plans, and the big one is an commercial EV vehicle out by September or so.